Oh.
I regret nothing.
Okay, you asked for it. Well, when I say you asked for it, Mr. Apex 138 asked for it. This is a Let's Play of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It is the first Puyo Puyo game to be released outside of Japan, and it is basically a mixture of Puyo Puyo and the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Now, I played a run of this yesterday, recorded it, got all the way to the end, wasn't happy with the commentary. Editing the commentary this morning, it was dreadful. I wasn't happy with it, so I'm recording a new run. Also, I managed to fail 2 times on stage 2 and like 5 times on stage 4. Beans, beans, let me give you a hand or two. I've to prepare Dr. Robotnik a beautiful bean feast. Come to arms, my beauties. Now, I imagine the commentary is still going to be on the slightly lacking side when playing a game like Puyo Puyo, because there isn't really much to talk about, and it isn't really a fresh game to me anymore. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine isn't fresh to me. I played it all through my childhood, so I'm familiar with it. But I'm not even familiar with it in a way that I can bring off some kind of interesting trivia. Because there isn't really any kind of interesting trivia when it comes to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. And this is what I was after, yellow and purple. That didn't quite work out, but okay. Early days. It's the first stage. Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't really much to say when playing a game like this. There will be moments of dead air, and I'm going to try to avoid that from happening, but I'm just giving you the heads up that that might happen. Yeah, because I played Puyo 20th recently. I got it as a freebie on my Japanese PlayStation Network account, and there was something interesting to say about that, because that game was still fresh to me. And this isn't. But I don't want to repeat myself. I do that way too much already in my Sushi Bites feature, and I've tried really hard to stop repeating myself on that show now. That's kind of like my big project at the moment, is to get through all these amazing Japanese games that are worth talking about, either through being absolutely dreadful or through being amazing. Yeah, there we go. That took a lot longer than I'd hoped. Yeah, 1.5 minutes. It's quite a lot of time, really. Arms is always too wrapped up in himself to do anything useful. I'm a bright spark, though, and I reckon I know how to beat you. On my previous attempt, he did know how to beat me. What he did was he let me talk for ages about my Pokemon blog, and it got me distracted. So I'm going to wait until the next battle before talking about my Pokemon blog. Is this Let's Play just going to be me, me advertising all my different projects? Yeah, probably. But that's because I really can't think of much to say about Mean Bean Machine. I suppose at some point I could talk about how it's actually related to the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, how it connects, and whether or not you're actually playing as Sonic or someone else in this game. It's always an interesting discussion point for Mean Bean Machine, is who exactly are you playing as? Because we never see Sonic, and he's never even mentioned, not even by name, anywhere in the ROM. Not even in a bit of text somewhere. No mention of him. Right. So I mentioned a Pokemon blog. I'll get on to that after we've had Humpty's introduction. Gracious, you're here already? I'm shell-shocked. But please, eggs, excuse me if I scrambled your chances of seeing Dr. R. Eggs, excuse me? So yeah, I mentioned a Pokemon blog. What I was doing, I think I started it in either 2010 or 11, and what I was doing was I was taking a look back at Pokemon because Black and White 2 was coming out, and I wanted to siphon off some of that good Pokemon View goodness. And at the same time, I wanted to relive parts of my childhood and see if the Pokemon show was really as good as I remember it being, but that was only one half of the equation. You know, I really did want to siphon off Google hits. Get some people reading something I've written. I mean, a lot of the time, the websites I write for, GameCola.net and Random Access, a lot of the time I can't even tell if anybody's watching or reading anything I make. And it's disheartening a little. I have to be careful because in this game, when they send garbage to you, you can't knock it back. Which makes these sorts of pressure situations much worse. Much harder to deal with. Come on, give me a red. Give me a red. That's the ticket. There might still be saving in this. This is annoying. Oh man, there might still be saving in this. Can't believe this. Wow. Okay. I've never had that piece of music loop before. Ever. In all of my playing this game, I've never had that piece of music loop. Okay. And now the original combo I wanted to make ages ago. Okay. That was good. Yeah, that was good. So already, like, have a good night's sleep. You'll immediately be much better at this game than you were trying to play it at 9 o'clock at night, recording it at 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm Coconuts, and I'm Dr. Robotnik's favorite robot. I can't do his voice at all from the cartoon. Because I'm going to finish you in a flash! So I mentioned the cartoon. Yeah, the real connection between the cartoon and this game is the characters that appear in it, where the game's set, like the backdrop that you see in all the cutscenes. And that's basically it. That's the only connection. The game even sort of refers to the robots you're fighting as Dr. Robotnik's robots, but they're not actually Dr. Robotnik's robots. They're just robots that appear in the first episode of the show that may or may not be robots belonging to Dr. Robotnik. They actually appear at a convention that Robotnik has, like, set up for capturing Sonic the Hedgehog. There's no actual, like, connection between those robots and Dr. Robotnik. So, that's a bit of a mess up on the part of whoever wrote the game. It's also the kind of thing someone would say, ah, specifics, semantics! I'd be like, dude, that's not what semantics is. But I get what you're trying to say. And I've screwed this up again. There is no way out of this. Stage 4. Didn't I say I had trouble on Stage 4 in my previous run? Yep, yes I did. I just like his dance here. So this game's soundtrack is about half and half music from Puyo Puyo. Sort of remixes of music from Puyo Puyo. And half its own soundtrack. This is quite clearly, musically, not one of the pieces that was originally from a Puyo Puyo game. And this piece appears sped up. It's either in the next level or the level after as the next piece of music. Rather than being a new piece of music, it's this piece of music sped up. Which is lazy. I really think they could have just kept it all Puyo Puyo music, seeing as Compile were... Seeing as they already had full permission to use as much Puyo Puyo stuff in this game as they wanted, they could have kept more of the music in. But that's just because I have a soft spot for, I'm gonna get his name wrong now, Katsumi Tanaka? His music. I have quite a soft spot for it. So much so that I probably got his name wrong. But, yeah, I wouldn't have minded more of the classic Puyo music in here. There's a few pieces actually hidden in this game that I'll show you how to play them once we've beaten the game. Because there are a few really hidden pieces of Puyo Puyo music. And to access them, you basically need to break the rules of physics. Basically, you need to change the country setting of your console without turning it off. That is the challenge. A squid like you has been reuniting too many beans. I reckon I'll have to pioneer some new techniques. So yeah, it's the same music, but now it's a little bit sped up. That does not constitute a new song. Okay? That does not constitute a new song. D for effort. Okay. Just gonna drop that. Oh, good. Didn't drop the one bean down there. Excellent. We're good. Okay. Combo time. Alright. Red into purple. Actually, not that purple down further than I intended to put it, but never mind. That was pretty quick. Just over a minute. Okay, this one's called Squeal, and he's supposed to be like bacon or something. I got more sizzle than a rasher of bacon. I'm hungry and it ain't Meals on Wheels I'm after. It's you. That face. That face. That is the face of a million childhood nightmares. That face could ride a dingo dinghy. It's that disturbing. That should make a dent. That's a good start. Look at his face. What a freak. Okay. We need a green. And now we need just one more green. Now we just need shit. And I chucked it away. Need one more green. Ah! One more green. One more green. Ah! I am not going to accept this. This emulator doesn't have a rewind button. I like it when they have a rewind button. My combo was so good. You saw it. It was going to change the world. It was going to end world hunger. That's a start. That'll do. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll cover him.